Imagine your favorite teacher who inspired you. Now envision your favorite rapper whose rhymes reflected your story. Rapper Griot B, founder of Schoolyard Rap, embodies both roles with his More Than a Month tour. He's transforming education into a high-energy, hip-hop infused journey, and he's taking it right into the schools. Here to tell us about the development is founder and CEO of Schoolyard Rap. We have Brandon Griot B. Brown. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, okay, so I got to ask you, can you start by telling us what exactly is Schoolyard Rap?
Oh, Schoolyard Rap is the greatest thing in the history of the world. No, we're a production company at its core. We travel around the country. We do assemblies at school sites, but also large production, and we have curriculum that revolve around history at the moment, specifically history that's not often taught in schools. Though we have U.S. history and world history content, we focus on Asian Pacific Islander, Latino history, African American history, and also breaking down the stigma that those histories should only be taught 1 month out of the year, but rather understand that our students are Black every single day and Latino every day. We should have representation of people who are in the STEAM fields every day in our school. And we support teachers in that way.
Griot B, I love that you encompassed it around it's more than a month. So how did you go from, I know you were a former Inglewood teacher, assistant principal, to creator of Schoolyard Rap?
Yeah, I started rapping as a teacher out of necessity. I was teaching really boring, and I'm sure some of us have that experience where just sit down, be quiet, close your mouth, worksheet, and that's how I was teaching because that's how I was taught. And it was really not engaging for my students. One day, a student challenged me to make a song, and I did so, and realized instantly after I performed the song for the kids that when you reach to where students are, when you allow yourself to be a little vulnerable, but also realize that the students should be driving the lesson, and you really have different changes. And ultimately, I realized I really didn't like school as a kid growing up, and I got kicked out a lot of class because I was bored. And so, I shifted my pedagogy, and that's how we started rapping. But performing and doing this content around the cultural histories of people of color, that came out of necessity because my students and teachers knew nothing about Black history except for slavery and segregation. And there's so much more to African American history. And for Latino history, all they really knew was Cesar Chavez. And there's so much more. And so it became important to provide resources, not get mad at teachers and blame them, but it's not their fault because that's all they were taught. And so to support educators and give them more content that's engaging and fun for students to learn about themselves.
And I like that you're doing it in a creative and fun way that's relatable to students so that they can be engaged and excited to learn about these different months outside of the month. So how does Griot B come into play, and why did you choose this stage name for yourself?
That's a great question. Well, a griot in West African tradition is a storyteller. It's kind of a caste system that generation after generation, the histories of the people in the kingdom, the village, the advisor to the king was a griot. And so these histories were passed down, but the griots did so through music. They did so through story, through song. And so as I've taken a stage name, I felt that was the most appropriate thing. That's what I am. I tell people I'm not a rapper. I'm a griot with a bachelor's and a master's. So that's what I pride myself in, bringing history to people through music, through stories.
Okay, so tell us about your show and what audiences can expect when they get to hear from Griot B.
This show, More Than a Month, is our third show of its kind. We did a Black history musical, a Latino history show called Soy Asombroso, a multicultural show called I Belong, and this show right here, More Than a Month, is a spectacle. I think the one thing that everybody always says, and I pride myself on this comment at the end of the show, is, had I known it was going to be this good, I would have brought more people. Or, I did not expect this, young brother, because we really put a lot of money into our productions. Our school assemblies are phenomenal, and people love our assemblies, but this is just a step above. It's a 30-cast production. The theme is the 90s, and what you're going to get is just a barrage of songs, dance, music, moments, and experiences for the audience that they're going to remember forever, and kids will leave with uplift and joy. It's not just history. It's a social, emotional experience. We have affirmations. I am amazing. I am beautiful. I am intelligent. I am powerful. I am confident. So throughout the show, these are the themes that drive the piece.
Griot, you're getting us excited. We were looking at you performing on stage. I mean, can we hear a little bit of your rhymes just to give us a taste, just to give Sacramento a taste?
All right. I think I could do something. I mean, we are in Sac. I did go to Davis, go Ags, and I love the Hornets, so I'm not too mad at y'all. Let's see. Black history didn't start with slavery. It's a shame that we teach that. Where do you think these slaves came from? Same place where the math and the kings at. Taharka built monuments up to the sky when Kush took Kemet. Abubakari had hundreds of ships that can go across two Chichen Itza. See, movies, they try to make us believe that pyramids weren't built by black human beings, that extraterrestrials made something special then left after blessing humanity. That's a fallacy. Truth is much better to see. Papyrus found in Africa. They call it Moscow Orion, and then you can find algebra that will blow your mind's equations, calculating angles without calculator, tangent assigned. I just looked in the mirror. I'm black, and it ain't even February. Imagine that.
Oh my gosh, Griot, see, I wish your shows would have been around when I was a student. So I think it's amazing what you're doing. Your performance is great. If I had a mic, I would have given you that mic drop right now.
Appreciate that. You might have to beatbox too. I could tell that you might have been able to get.
I could have given you a little beat. You know, next time I'm going to be prepared. But thank you so much for making the time. As you mentioned, you are UC Davis alum. You studied African American studies, and I just think it's great how you've been able to mesh the two with what you've learned and making it a creative outlet for yourself. I'm going to let our viewers know where they can go for more information. Thank you, Griot B. You can get on board, find ticket and show info by heading over to schoolyardrap.com.